The 7 Sacred Gifts of the Breath. Hello, I'm Jim Morningstar, Director of the Therapeutic Breathwork Training Program and innovator of Therapeutic Breathwork. This presentation reveals what is sacred about the breath on all levels of our being. Each of the gifts of breath is delivered to us at a particularly significant time in our development as a human on Earth. Awareness of these gifts and stages can assist us to recover any of the gifts of the breath we have lost or were suppressed in our development through breathwork sessions and daily exercises. Working more closely with our body themes and chakra system together gives us a deeper and more precise understanding of our holding patterns and more specific tools to help them heal and grow. I believe there are ways many of us already intuitively do this as sensitive beings. The 6th sacred gift of the breath is the gift of holy vision, owning the capacity to separate truth from illusion. This breath affirms our right to see. It is anchored in the 6th chakra, in the center between the eyebrows. The seed of this body theme begins in the 3rd to the 5th year of life, but the mature chakra development formation begins in the period of adolescence, when the child is developing the ability to recognize patterns and apply them to their life decisions, the stage where imagination helps the child develop symbolic conceptions of the world. This is the period of re-examining one's social identity. There may be a dawning interest in spiritual matters, mythology, or symbolism, whether through music lyrics, popular movie icons, or the latest fashion styles with peers. This is the stage of forming ideals, and when this process is not supported or is manipulated by important figures in the world, the question, do I have the right to see the truth, can become polarized into fanaticism or rebellion. This is the second phase of the transition from childhood to adulthood and moves from gender identity to the formation of archetypal identity, whose interest is self-reflection. The splits at this stage may be reflected in an awkwardness in growing from the child body to the adult body, and one's self-image is changing rapidly. Again, they can display the holding patterns that include the holding together, holding on, holding up, and holding in of the prior stages, as well as the holding back of the last stage. The 6th chakra, if constricted or manipulated, can result in tunnel vision of one right and wrong way to be, or feeling without identity in an amorphous state. The body theme, which portrays one's basic sense of identity versus role confusion, is the second transitional phase of the gender balanced. When their natural development has been compromised, their breath reflects their imbalance. The goal in breath work with this theme is balancing of the upper and lower, inner and outer, and is supported through balancing upper energy centers, chakras, with lower, and between inner spiritual life and outer manifestation, cultivating assertiveness, sensitivity, directness, and equality rather than deference or narrow-mindedness. The capacity to witness the false identities commonly displayed in culture, with the spiritual insight of seeing the true being of light behind them, while having the compassion to accept both, this is the art of holy vision, is just beginning to develop at this stage. When holding patterns and traumas are released, their combined male-female strengths allow them an integrative perspective that brings their talents to bear in technological as well as interpersonal problem solving. Their restored 6th chakra emanates insightful, balanced vision, which beholds and reflects the beauty in the whole dance of life. Focusing on your 6th chakra as a ball of indigo light In your third eye area, between your eyebrows, we will take 25 connected breaths through the nose or mouth. Then say out loud, "I witness the truth and beauty of all being." Let's take these 25 connected breaths together. I witness the truth and beauty of all being. Own the sixth sacred gift of the breath of holy vision. The seventh gift of the breath is the gift of intimacy, owning the capacity to maintain deep, loving relationships and wisdom. This breath affirms our right to know with the higher mind and heart. It is anchored in the seventh chakra, in the center of the top of the head. The seed of this body theme begins in the 4th to the 6th year of life, but the mature chakra begins formation in the period of adulthood, when the individual is beginning to form a worldview and awake to spiritual pursuits. Now is the period of developing a universal identity, which is found at the core of the awakened self through self-knowledge. True intimacy on the interpersonal level, as well as the spiritual, requires an integration of all the chakras and the qualities they represent. If wounding and rejection occurs with the maturation of one's evolving sexuality, and there is a split between the heart and the genitals, that is, one's sexual expression is rejected and must be suppressed in order to be given love, then the child can take on an armoring in the heart area, while shuttling energy into the mental and lower body areas. This can produce energy for outward success in worldly endeavors, but preclude mature long-term intimacy. This energetic grounded theme takes on a rigid but high-energy stature, armored, stiff back, bright eyes, and their characteristic belief becomes, "No one is going to hurt me again." They can become quite competitive and successful in all areas but affairs of the heart. They might be quite knowledgeable in many subjects, but as long as their heart is blocked, they do not achieve an integrated wisdom which allows them to fully develop intimacy in interpersonal or spiritual relationships. The seventh chakra is largely concerned with the search for meaning, asking questions about the nature of life, the universe, and the self within. The basic question is, do I have the right to know true love and spiritual fulfillment? Their body theme, when split, exemplifies the pattern of holding back against the fear of surrender to the deeper currents of life, love, sexuality, cosmic longing. When their natural longings have been thwarted or denied, their breath reflects this imbalance. The breathwork goal for the energetic grounded pattern is to experience being loved and appreciated for oneself, and to relax and play in order to experience real contact with others. The goal further includes to integrate the inhale and exhale, softening their armoring, to unite love and sexuality, and to feel safe being vulnerable with others. When their holding back patterns and traumas are released, they are attractive, alert, capable, healthy, and open to deeper intimacy. Their restored seventh chakra emanates unifying and integrating energy, encompassing the physical and spiritual aspects of their being. focusing on your seventh chakra as a ball of purple light extending both within and above your head. We will take 25 connected breaths through the mouth or nose and then say out loud, I open my heart fully to the love of all. Let's take these 25 connected breaths together. I open my heart fully to the love of all. Own the seventh sacred gift of the breath of intimacy on all levels. These 6 stages of body themes and 7 chakras generally cycle through an individual's life in the first 20 years. Anodea Judith in Eastern Body, Western Mind describes what may come next. Chakra development during childhood is relatively unconscious. Adult development, by contrast, is largely conscious. We must want to develop, or it may not happen at all. For many people, adult chakra development never occurs as they remain in dependency and powerlessness and never break from their programmed instinctual patterns. They may never have spiritual cravings and may never discover the potential of their higher selves. As the process of awakening is often fraught with challenge and difficulty, who is to say they are better or worse off? But for those who are unsatisfied with the script given them, who long for something greater, there is a second round of personal evolution through the chakras. I characterize the first round of development as the survival level. I see the second round as more conscious and aware. Claire Graves, the psychologist pioneer in researching levels of consciousness, called the second round the cognitive level. I call it holistic. I believe, as he does, that there is a never-ending growth potential beyond our current dreams. But I venture that the level after holistic will be even more heart-centered and intuitive. Energy, time, and space will not be linear or based on the model of force, but will be more magnetic and instantaneous, as love is. Therapeutic breathwork since the 1980s has focused on our current transition from survival to holistic levels and helps detail the common stages of body and energy-centered development with both healing and trauma recovery techniques for each stage, as well as maintenance breathing techniques for each body theme and chakra, and the pathway to whole self expansion and growth. I invite you to investigate our practice and training for both personal and professional enhancement.